Good morning. It is Tuesday, October 1st. I'm going to start this one with a little story time because I feel like it's kind of works into what we're seeing in the astrology right now. I know I said this last Friday. The universe is really on a kick of testing your boundaries and seeing if you really want the thing that you've been working for and things like that. So yesterday, I got a deposit in my bank account from a reading that I did over the weekend. So I ran to the store just to grab a couple things. The store is 5 miles from my house. It's not that far. I get over there, get my stuff, get in the car, start heading back home, and the alternator goes out of my car. I'm stuck on the side of the road, okay? Now, I live in a pretty small town. So I'm sitting there on the side of the road thinking, oh, these folks here, they claim to be so neighborly and helpful all the time. I'm sure somebody will stop. Nobody stopped. I was there for 3 hours. Nobody stopped. Cops didn't even stop. Like 3 cops went by. And finally I ended up having to call a tow truck. And all I really needed was somebody to come over with some jumper cables, charge up my battery for me so that I could drive the 4 miles to get home. Didn't really need to spend any money for that, but I couldn't find anybody. Called people I know. Couldn't find anyone that was able to do that. So I ended up having to call a tow truck, and all that money that I just made from my work over the weekend is gone. So this is actually a test for me because this is a pretty normal cycle, according to my astrology, of things going well, but then there's always some kind of thing that happens that's completely out of my control that kind of knocks it down a little bit, and I've got to kind of readjust and change the way I'm doing things, right? Like it's just a normal cycle in my life, okay? And oftentimes it does have to do with money. I end up in like relationships with people or close friendships with people because I was in a financial situation, and those relationships always go to crap. But, they were offering to help me, but in reality, they were actually just looking to, live in my house or have me take care of them, whatever it was. So this is very much kind of a test of, okay, are you going to repeat the same mistakes? Are you going to, do the same thing over and over again, like, insanity? So today's energy, because we have an eclipse tomorrow, it is a South Node solar eclipse, and that is releasing in order to start new, right? But today is feeling a bit like a test. We have the moon in Virgo, which is a sign that wants to take care of people. It wants to help. It wants to make sure that everybody is happy and healthy and the people around them have what they need. It's also a sign about, making those plans and figuring out the details. Oh, how can we fix this type of energy? So you may see some of that energy today with the moon in a trine to Uranus, which is actually right now as I record this. It's going to oppose Neptune and trine Pluto before it moves into Libra. So these outer planets are all retrograde. So they're very internal type of energy. So there's aha moments. There's intuition being confirmed. There's things that being revealed. There's it's showing you where you need to kind of tear down some of the old ways of doing things so that you can start fresh in a different way. And hopefully most of us are in a pretty good place where we've kind of been working with this energy and we're already kind of aware. So like none of this stuff is really going to throw us off too much, and we're in a space where we can work with it a little more productively, right? Mars is still kind of sort of in a trine with Saturn, so there are still like these roadblocks coming up that are frustrating. There's still karma being handed out that people are reacting to. There's still some like feistiness in the air. It's separating, but it's still there. But then this afternoon around 4:30 Mountain Time, the moon is going to move into Libra. That is moving us into that eclipse energy. And once we get into that Libra energy, that is also about that one-on-one interactions and the other person. So you might see some things today and into tomorrow that are about how you're interacting with people. Are you giving too much? Are you not receiving what you're giving? Are you not giving what you're receiving? Type of energy, and kind of showing you what adjustments you need to make in your personal life with your interactions with others as to how you are going to move forward. Overall, the energy actually feels pretty good. It's kind of a giving type of energy today, But again, I have a sneaking suspicion when I start pulling clarifiers on this that the reasons behind things being that good energy might not be as good as it feels. This is feeling a little bit like the universe saying, hey, are you still dumb? Okay, so energy of the day is 3 of Cups and the Chariot. So this is really about like moving forward with like that, like your friendships, and like this is just that energy of it feels good. You maybe want to go have lunch with your coworkers, or you want to go out after work and have a couple drinks, whatever. It is kind of a feel good energy. I know we're all really tired right now, and when we get these days where things feel pretty good, sometimes we want to let that guard down and we want to get a little too happy. So really, it's almost like a manic episode on a collective level. Like we're all exhausted and it lightens up a little bit and we're like, oh, finally, I can go have some fun. And maybe we get a little carried away. So make sure you're not doing that today, because that energy is kind of feeling good. It is feeling like you want to just let all the it go and just work on things, right? Just go out and have fun and let go of all that stress, okay? Especially with the moon moving into Libra, where things do lighten up even more this afternoon, right about the time that folks get off work. That's about the time that you're going to be like, you know what, let's just go have some fun. What we are focusing on is that 3 of Pentacles. So this is your coworkers. This is your people that you network with, people that you're in groups with. Could have, you know, it's about working together on something, maybe money related, maybe something that just has to do with stability in general. Doesn't have to necessarily be finances. But this kind of feels an awful lot like with the way this 3 of Pentacles is facing the Chariot and the 3 of Pentacles. Like we want to focus on making sure that we're staying grounded in our interactions with others. We want to make sure, I mean, this is very Virgo energy, Moon and Virgo energy, of making sure that you are keeping your feet on the ground, even when things are feeling more lighthearted. When it comes to this energy here, make sure you're not getting carried away there. But definitely focus on working with others. Accept the help where you need the help, as long as it's being offered in a genuine way, and give help where you can as well. What we are avoiding is the Hangman, which is interesting, with having the Chariot as the energy and the Hangman as the avoiding energy. Honestly, at this point, it's kind of, the Hangman is about being, you know, waiting. It's about kind of hanging out and just seeing how things fall. It's about being patient. But it's also almost like the energy of like a prisoner, like you're stuck, right? So really make sure that you're not just sitting by waiting for life to happen. This energy, the eclipse energy, is going to require some kind of action on your part, okay? So don't just sit back and go, I'm just going to let everything fall. We got to do that sometimes, but right now we're not going to. Right now we've been shown everything we need to be shown at this point. We should know by now exactly where things stand, what action needs to be taken, who we need to get out of our life, what situations we need to get out of. Energy on the bottom is the Sun card. So there is this like good warm energy of the day that's kind of driving all of this. There's confidence in the air. So really the day itself feels good, but I think, like I said, I'm about to pull these clarifiers. I have a feeling there's going to be some underlying tones here of this is a test. Okay, so pull clarifiers for the energy for the Chariot and the 3 of Cups, please. Oh, this deck has been trying to throw like whole handfuls at me lately. Clarifiers for the Chariot and the 3 of Cups. Hold on. All right, we got a 4 of Cups. It's a distraction. That's a feel-good energy. Let's see, what else do we have? One more. And Queen of Cups. Okay, so, yeah, this is like I said, it's a distraction. It's almost like okay, things are finally feel a little bit lighter. I'm tired. I just want to feel good for the day, and I want to help somebody. So you've got like this empathy. You've got this kind of compassionate, warm, loving type of energy going on, but it's a distraction. It's like you're trying to use the feel good energy to ignore reality of what's really been going on around you, just because you're tired of dealing with what's been going on around you. Clarifiers here for our Three of Pentacles, please. Clarifiers for the Three of Pentacles. Maybe not. Also, I kind of feel like some of these like kind of testing type of energies that are popping up are also kind of like a test of seeing, have you grown? Are you going to react in the same way? Have you done the inner work? Is it going to be a trauma trigger? Is it going to send you over the edge, right? So kind of keep that in mind, because that was something that popped in my head last night while I was sitting on the side of the road. Was I'm not really flipping out this time. Any other time I would have been angry, I would have been frustrated, I probably would have been crying. But last night I was actually kind of laughing about it, So think about that too. Like, how are you reacting to the energy that's, it's kind of testing you and seeing if you're just going to do the same thing. Okay. Clarifiers for our Three of Pentacles. Good gosh. Three of Swords and Death. So, maybe you've got some coworkers or some people that you work with or network with or something that's not really on the up and up, right? Maybe your intuition's been telling you what's going on, and maybe even there's been some reveal about it. Maybe you've been ignoring that. Pay attention today as like this good energy is going and everybody's being all nice and friendly to each other. Pay close attention to who's faking it, right? Make sure that the coworkers or people that you network with or your business partners, whoever it is that you're working with, make sure that you're being realistic about who's real and who's fake, okay? Who's just putting on a show to get what they want. And make sure that you're choosing wisely in who you're trusting, who you're allowing into that cycle. Pay close attention to the words that they're saying, the way your gut feels when they say it, their body language, things like that. Tone of voice is a huge one. I always notice that one. But there's something in there where maybe even your work bestie is kind of a shady person. It might be hurtful to acknowledge it, to see the reality in that, but it's what needs to be known so that you can move forward, let go of those people, and make that transformation that needs to be made, okay? Clarifiers for the Hangman. Why are we avoiding the Hangman? Okay. Oop. Also, kind of here and here, be careful of who offers help, right? Make sure that if someone is offering you help, they're not someone who's going to hold that over your head later or use it as a way to like gossip about you behind your back or, make you feel less than for like not supposedly having it together. So keep that in mind as well. So we've got clarifiers for the Hangman. We have Page of Pentacles. Oh. King of Swords. And Eight of Cups. Okay, so this is really telling me that there's some kind of message in the day that is telling you exactly what you need to walk away from. It could be a person that comes in and says something, but there's a message here, and this is a message that could have to do with money, but it also could just be you're just learning something new, something about what you need to know when you move forward on your own financial journey or your own journey to find your stability, right? So there's a King of Swords here. Doesn't necessarily have to be a man, but somebody who's really sharp, not necessarily sharp with their words, but definitely some honesty coming in here that is telling you something that you need to know you're learning a lesson from, right? And it's showing you where you need to walk away. So no more, oh, just wait it out, see what happens, okay? If you're being shown who you need to walk away from, make sure that you're actually doing it. You're not just sitting back, hands off, right? Patience is a virtue, but patience can also, screw you later on down the road if you wait too long. So again, we're moving into that eclipse energy where we're going to have to let some people go. Today, we're very much going to be shown who those people are. Go with the flow of that, okay? Don't try to fight it. The more we fight it, the more the universe will rip it from us, even in very difficult ways.